In a cell, a man pulls a hood off a prisoner, and we see it's Lucky. Another man enters, and Lucky jokes about taking down some of his guards. He calls it an audition, as he hears their boss pays well, and he wants to prove himself. The man asks who he is. Lucky says, "Just call me Lucky." The man asks, "Lucky who? I've never heard of you." Lucky tells him other ops he's completed. He knows their boss, Sidwell, has a lot of money. For the right amount of money, Lucky will do whatever they need. Nicki Minaj and Birdman slam Super Bowl for not booking Lil Wayne. The man asks how he knows Lucky isn't a spy. Lucky says he just took out several of his men and owes it to him to pick up their slack. The man asks for a doctor to be brought in, and another man is dragged in. Clearly, he's a prisoner as well. Lucky asks if he has the job. The man says, "Not yet," offers Lucky a gun, and tells him, "Kill the doctor." Lucky realizes this is a test and aims the gun at the man. Lucky pulls the trigger, but it's empty. The man says he passed the test and tells the doctor to patch Lucky up as the boss is almost here. Left alone in the cell, Lucky tells the doctor, Isaiah, played by Sawandi Wilson, that it's good to see him again. Isaiah punches him. He says he tried to shoot him, but Lucky knew the gun was unloaded as it was too light. Isaiah tells him to sit down, and he bandages Lucky up. The doctor asks why he's here. Lucky says he came to break him out. Isaiah says he had it under control, but Lucky knows he's being held captive. They are in a compound of mercenaries in a strip mining part of Africa, and Isaiah is their captive and medical workhorse. Isaiah asks what Lucky's plan is to get him out. Lucky says he works best in the moment. Isaiah notes, so, no plan again. Lucky is sure an opportunity will present itself. Isaiah rants that Lucky shouldn't have come for him because escape is impossible. Lucky says his old man always said there is always a way out. In Port Charles, Carly is brought to see Brennan at his office, and she asks why she's there. Brennan admits he's using her. She asks how. Suddenly, Jason arrives, having heard two WSB agents picked up Carly. Brennan says, "Just the man I wanted to see." Carly realizes she was bait to lure Jason here. Jason tells Carly they should leave. Brennan offers to make this up to Carly by taking her to dinner this week. She refuses, and Brennan asks Jason to hear him out, given he's already here. Jason agrees, so they don't have to go through this again. Carly tells Jason, "Suit yourself," and walks out. Jason knows Brennan made the evidence in Carly's case disappear. He asks what he'll do with it. Brennan says once the recording disappeared, the chain of evidence was broken, and even if it reappears, it's inadmissible. Jason asks why he did it. Brennan says Carly was only trying to help her family, and he believes in justice, which they have in common. He thinks that's why they should work together. Brennan wants Jason to work off the books for him, but Jason refuses. Brennan has a deal to offer him. He explains that he would give Jason an objective, that Jason would take care of it according to how he sees fit, and that the pay is worth it. Jason still says no deal, so Brennan asks him to think it over as it would benefit both of them. Brennan suggests Jason considers his helping Carly as a show of his good faith. Jason thanks him for helping Carly, but he still won't work for him. Jack says sooner or later he'll be able to give Jason something he wants, and then they'll talk again. At the Quartermains, Lois watches Geo practice in the sunroom. It's late, and she asks him what is going on. He can't get some runs in a piece right, and they sound off to him. Lois understands things not sounding right. She wants Geo's honest opinion and asks if her accent bothers him. Lois explains what happened at home and heart. Geo says the woman caller, Marina, doesn't have to like her accent. She just has to buy the product, which she did. Lois says she thought she should lose her accent, but he says it's part of her identity. She fears her accent could be costing Deception sales, and she wants to be the best spokesperson they've had. He tells her she shouldn't change for anyone, ever. Lois looks at the Deception sales data based on her appearance and still feels she could sell more if she sounded more sophisticated. She wants to reach a wide audience, and maybe she should lose her accent. Later, she calls a dialect coach. Brooke Lynn finds Tracy on the porch repotting some plants. They discuss Loy's appearance, and Tracy was shocked Lois didn't have a comeback for that caller. Chase arrives, and he has some news. He reveals to Brooke Lynn that Lulu has been transferred back to General Hospital, and it's not good. As he fills Brooke Lynn in on Lulu, Tracy becomes visibly upset. Tracy rushes off, and Chase asks what that was about.